Good morning. Well, I think this is sort of day 7 on site doing these blocks. It's taken a lot longer than we thought, but there's a lot of cutting, a lot of measuring, so and carrying these big blocks is quite an effort. So I don't mind. We'll be up to 4 courses today, and that's when I'm going to stop and do all my measurements, because I've got to, as I said previously, fit the small pockets that the LVL beams are going to be resting in.
Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of a home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
Right, it is time to remove these batter boards. So I'm going to keep that there just in case, because when I'm looking at the Manitou, it's really difficult. But these are a pain. Ugh. In the butt. I'm going to have to take those bits out there. There we go. That saves me driving over them with the Manitou.
So we had a second delivery of block. We've made it a little bit tight for ourselves where the trailer's parked, so hopefully he's proficient enough now to wiggle round. Come on, Riley. I think we worry too much. Back wheels and our curbs. Ooh, that was close. Oh. You were lucky there, Ian. Right. We have quite a few little obstacles. So we've got that one there, and there's another one over here. To clear 2 pallets.
Last few. The reason being, I want to get these pallets back, because each one of these rickety old pallets is worth €25 deposit, and we've got 12 of them.
Yeah, a lot of money tied up in them.
And we're 10 blocks short and 20 rebars short. So yeah, as I think I mentioned that when I estimated, I just put 1 rebar per course, where it has to be 2 really. So yeah, I'm short 20. So we are going to get all these pallets back to the builder's yard, get the 10 blocks, get the rebar, but that means getting the long trailer. So we've got to go and get our car trailer to get that 6-metre rebar on. But that should be good, and we should get then the money off this, and that'll then pay for these blocks and rebar, hopefully.
That's right, you can have the 2 heavy ones.
But as you see, some of them are broken, which is a bit annoying, but I'm not sure whether that was me double lifting them with the the Manitou. Right, and all of these I've got to cut.
Yeah, so there seems to be a lot of corners for each pallet.
So
2 empty pallets, Ian.
Yep, you get rid of those and I'll cut these so they're all ready. because now we are 4 courses high. So that means we are going to do all our measurements and set out where our pockets go for the LVLs.
It's a bit late tonight and I forgot I'd left the side door of my little girls open. So I just need to come out, check my girls are okay, close their side door. Oh, hello Smokey. Hey, how many's in here? Oh, you all on the top? Hello girls. Night night. Oh, you are good girls. Oh, they're definitely all in there. I did leave the door open just to let it air out today a bit. Now I've already got 5 eggs today off the girls. But I'll just check that everything's okay. Oh yeah, there's no more. Hey, I can see you. Night night. Oh, I do love my girls. We found a new use for our dog's safety sausage coat. We used it for the back of the trailer. We've just come back from the builders merchants with some more rebar because we did underestimate how much we were going to use. So we've got all the rebar, the van's full of our spare blocks, and Ian's positioned the Manitou so that we can offload the rebar directly on the Manitou and then just plop it over.
This will be a good practice using the Manitou like this for when we get to all our eye joists and LVLs, because they're 13 meters long. So we were trying to figure out how do we get them down to the bottom of the site, and I think this may be the way.
So we're just manhandling this rebar without trying to lose Ian down the bank. Between us we managed to get it off the trailer and onto the forks. That's the quickest way down. I'm so glad we bought this Manitou. When he first mentioned about getting one and we went to look at it, I wasn't sure, but we needed it. And now Ian's got more confident with it. He's whizzing round everywhere.
Hi, welcome back. It's the next day. Right, we're up to 4th level block. We did all that yesterday, but I've now got to measure off for where my LVL support beams are going to go, because they're going to encroach onto this 4th block course. Only by 60 mil, so I only have to cut out a little bit, but I have got to put these LVLs in, and I've made these forms which are going to be the size of the LVL. They're 150 by 300, and they're going to sit inside the block. So I'll cut out 60 mil here, and then the next block will butt up to them, and then that, when the concrete's poured, it's going to leave these pockets here that I can drop my support beams into. I've got my final drawings that I've got all my different post supports that we've got to put in, because we've got to come back in here with a digger and dig out all of these post footings basically. There's 9 of those, but on the end walls, this is where I've got to put these LVLs, and there's 5 of these, 2 at either end, each end, and 1 coming across the other way perpendicular. 2, 4, 7, 5. All right. So it's 2, 4, 7, 5. You on?
Yep.
2, 4, 7, 5. Where are we? 7. It's 8, 6, 4, 3. So I've only got to cut down to 60. This is the final pocket. Quite a complicated cutout on this one. Let's get him in. As you can see, I had to cut these sections through there, and then hopefully that will fit nicely. Yep. I'm going to start laying out all that rebar we got yesterday down here. As we said, we underestimated the amount. I'd calculated the meter length, where it should be double that, because we're putting 2 in every single course, aren't we? So, but anyway, it's not too expensive. It's what is it, €4 a bar. They're 6 metre, 10 millimetre rebar. Right, I'm just waiting for Julie to come back. Hopefully she's bringing a bit of lunch. It is still roasting here. It's going to start raining on Sunday, so all of this dry sort of clay soil is going to get really tacky, but we'll take advantage of it now and get all this 5th course on, ready for concrete basically. We just got to go around, do a little bit of tidying up, put a bit more expanding foam in gaps around pipes and things like that, double check everything, double check all the diagonals and everything else, and then we can ask for the concrete pump to arrive. Oh, and that'll be great then. Yeah.
Why is everything so heavy?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll grab him. Yeah, got it. So now on to my next most favourite job. I've got to twizzle all these bits of rebar that we've just put round. Oh, and that's so that we can put our last few blocks all over the top, and then that's it. We've got 5 rows of blocks.
I nearly forgot to cut in my air vents. I've done them on the front. We're just going to have 2 air vents on each side, so that's 8 in total, plus we've got the front door that we'll probably put vents in just to see how it goes, and we'll have them the ability to shut them off anyway, but it should stop any musty smell or anything like that in here. But I'm just going to cut out 100mm holes. Well, that'll be a square, both sides here, and then this side will be finished.
I think he's getting a bit fed up of lifting the same block multiple times.
I know.
Oh.
Here we go. slide him back in. Reach over. Oh, of course, that's a big hole. I'll fill the gaps with spray foam. This here is what the joist will be sitting on now. So we're at that level, and then my joists are 240 mil high, sitting on a 45 mil wall plate. So what's that? That's going to be nearly 300 high. So that's the top of the floor, the base floor with OSB, another 22 mil. So it's another 30 centimeters above. So yeah, I'll have a good view. Right, all the tools are ready to go in. That was another big day. We got up to all 5 courses on, but I do have a couple to cut. So down the end, but it's getting a bit late in the evening, so I don't want to cause too much noise. So we'll get those 2 cut. And then I nearly forgot, I forgot about the air vents to begin with, but then I've nearly forgot about our sewerage pipe from the toilets and the bathroom. So tonight I'll figure out the floor plan and measure it from over in this corner across the wall, and the toilet should be around here. So we'll get those in. I think I'll just get a 100 mil hole saw, save cutting big squares out, and I've got to figure out the depth of it as well. So I don't think we'll need to go too low, because the house, all of that is underground over there. That'll all be soil level with this top of this wall. So I'll probably go straight out and then do the, is it 1% or whatever it is anyway? Yeah, it's 1%. Fall into the septic tank where the Manitou is going to be, or is. Right, we'll see you in the morning. I'm getting very tired. I can't even talk. So we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully all of this will be finished and I'll be able to book in the concrete truck. Good morning. Well, I've just been down to the builder's merchant to order our LVLs, the long 13-metre beams, and our I-joists. Now the I-joists are all in stock, not at the merchants but at the supplier, but the LVLs are 3 months delay. Now I asked for 300 millimeters by 75 mil, and they are 3 months on order. So what they've done for me is 45 times 300 and doubling up each one. So each one will now be 90 instead of 75, and they've done that for the same price. So I'm pretty happy with that. And that's a 3-week lead time. So all of those will be delivered in 3 weeks time. So before they come, I'm just going to increase the size of my pockets here, only by 10 mil, because I've actually made these of 180. So if you 4 times 45 is 180. I'm just going to add a little bit of wiggle room and put another 15 mil of wood OSB on the side, just to give me that little tiny gap. Put a bit of damp proof course or something around it. So that's what I'm going to go on with today. I've also bought a 100 mil concrete hole saw, so I can get the final air vents in. And I also have made another form for my sewerage, sewerage outlet going off to the septic tank. So I need one for that, and also for my wastewater from my kitchen, because that will go into a separate grease collector first before going into the septic tank. So in France you have to have a sort of it's like a mini septic tank that catches any grease before the water goes off into the septic tank. So we don't eat much grease, but it's by standard you have to have it. So going to get on with this. So I've got a little bit more grinding around here, add this OSB onto the side, and we'll be ready for those LVLs in 3 weeks time. Okay, so I've just got to go around and do the other 4. There, so that is 31 at the moment. 44 and a half.
Well, it's absolutely stunning day here today. I'm taking a break from doing the blocks with Ian because I've been and bought some garlic bulbs, and obviously October it's time to be planting them. So the variety that I've bought, depending on pronunciation, in English, Germidor, or in French, Gemidor. I think that's how it's pronounced. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beautiful big bulbs of seed garlic. Prepare my bed, and I'm going to use the bed that I had all the potatoes in. So I'm just going to give that a quick tidy up, separate all my bulbs, and then we'll set about planting them. Well, separating those garlic bulbs took a little bit longer than expected. I've got quite a few, I haven't counted them yet. So I'm just going to give this a quick tickle, move my water pipes for now. Once I've got all these lined up ready for planting, I can then replace all my automatic water pipes in a position that will get both of them. Because at the moment it's October, but we're still getting beautiful temperatures during the day, but it is dropping at night, and every morning everywhere is wet with dew. So I don't think I'll be watering it for too long, but I do need to get the water on to get it established initially. Right, let's get these out the way. Found a stray potato. Does look a bit big, my trench that I've done, but I was reading in loose, very loose soil, they advise to go a little bit deeper. So I've done, because this is no dig compost, it's really good quality compost. I am going a little deeper, so we'll see. Once I've done this one, I found a few more cheeky potatoes I must have missed when I was harvesting. Right, let's have a look. See how we get on. So that's the bottom, pointy bits up. And I marked on my podger because I was initially going to do it with my podger. And I thought I better do it properly. So every 15 centimetres I'm going to plop one in. Row 1 of many, all done. Right, on to the next row. So that's my 2 rows of garlic bulbs planted, and I did a quick count before I covered them up. There's 72 bulbs in these 2 rows. So as I said, tomorrow I'll go and get some more garlic bulbs for seeding, and then I can finish off. I think I've only got room for 2 more rows. So all I have to do tonight, I've left a groove so I know where to start my next row. I'm just going to give these a quick squirt of water because I don't have my watering system set up yet for this bed to be active, and I don't really want it on because it'll make the other side too wet before I start planting. So I'll do it manually for tonight, and once I've got the others planted tomorrow, we'll reconnect the automated water for this bed.
Just marking up for my vent. I've done the first one with my new hole saw and it all worked out well. I can't go the same distance as that way because I've got all this in the way, so I've just moved it forward, marked them all up. I'm just going to cut 2 holes in this block now and then slide the pipe in. Ooh. Right, quite a big day today. We've done all the little ancillary stuff that's got to go through the wall or on top of the wall. So here I've got my first pocket for my LVLs. Over here is some vents, and I bought that concrete hole saw just so it's a lot easier and neater. But that is going to be the height of our floor, so one more block high, and that's going to be done with the 200 blocks over there. Another LVL pocket, more vents, another LVL. These two pockets here and towards the end are going to be 13 meters long, or 12.5 meters long, and they're going to come in one section. Now, I went in to order them today, and they basically said it's a 3-month lead time for the 75 millimeter wide to 300 deep. And yeah, that shocked me a bit. But what their supplier has said, they will double up the 45 they have in stock instead of a 75 on its own. So that means I'll have now 90 times 2, 180 mil wide instead of my original 150. So like I said earlier, I've added this little piece of wood just here to widen the pocket. So all should be good. More vents. Another vent here. Here is my kitchen outlet. So the kitchen is over there. So I'm going to have a drop coming straight through into that grease container. This one here is a square one because I need to put a pipe all the way through, and that's going to be for my sewerage, toilet, etc. Another vent there, and finally the last vent. So we've got everything now that we need to come either in or out of this vide sanitaire, this crawl space. So I'm going to now get some spray foam. We'll do that in the morning because it's getting quite late now. Spray foam around every single hole. Get some threaded rod and clamp a couple of bits of timber along the holes that I've got. A few where the blocks were too small to cut. So I'm just going to blank those off with a couple of shutters. And I might then phone up the concrete guy and get them to get the pump in and get this filled full of concrete. So pretty happy with that. 3 weeks until my joists and LVLs arrive. So we've got a bit of a deadline now. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.